good evening, wherever you are in the world. Are you fired up and ready to go? We are at the League of Opportunities. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber, and we have another dynamite lineup today of members of Global Chamber, all members, and they have some interesting things that are happening in their world. So we're going to talk to them. Ideally, we always want to hear from you on who do you want to meet. We spend our days, every single moment of every day, thinking about connections for our members, and it's a joy. It's heavenly and it's wonderful. We just ask that you be as clear and precise as you can in terms of when you're talking about who you're looking for. Where are they? What business types are they in? What problems do they have? Is it a man or a woman, if that matters? And what languages they might speak, what titles they might have, et cetera. As much granularity as you can, the better. And you'll probably hear more about that topic from Dave Plunkett later in the conversation. But we're going to kick off today with Lem An Lee, who I think is there. I'm sorry I didn't check if you're there, but I assume you might be, from Factum Global. And we want to make sure that everybody knows about the global survey so that you can fill it in and it'll be even higher quality than it is every time.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Doug.
Lem An, are you there?
I sure am. So nice to see
Yay.
everyone.
Where are you calling in from today?
I am calling in from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where there's a lot of things happening today. So I'm excited to be here and see everyone. And like what Doug mentioned, I'm Lamon Lee. I'm with Factum Global, and we're collaborating with the Global Chamber along with other sustainability-minded organizations like the Festival of the Diaspora and Illustra Impact to conduct research and learn more from global executives and leaders like yourselves. So we do this through the Factum Global Business Sentiment Survey, which is published biannually to measure and track sentiment on global business trends and help those working internationally with decision making and market intelligence. So if you're interested in sharing your thoughts, insights on global business and sustainability, I'm going to drop the link to the survey in the chat now. It should be very brief, completely anonymous, but if you'd like your own copy of the free research report that will go along after the close of the survey, there will be an option for you to share your email with us. The survey is going to close this upcoming Thursday, so make sure you submit your responses soon, and we'll be in touch with not only the survey results, but other tangible global business insights in the coming weeks. And that's all that I have, Doug. If there's any questions or any comments, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time.
If you have a question, just unmute yourself and go ahead. Please do. And while we're waiting for a question, would you like to mention about Factum Global and what you guys do?
Yeah, so Factum Global is an international consulting firm. We help again, companies and business executives like yourselves just really navigate the terrain of global business, whether that's through market intelligence, market research, entry, strategy development. Say you are looking for a provider or support or collaborators in places like the Middle East, Southeast Asia, we would have the support and the contact to get you to where you need to be, and perhaps maybe even have a safer landing or a softer landing in the US. And I'm actually going to share information about us and also the link to the survey in the chat as well. Thanks, Doug, for this opportunity.
Our pleasure. What's happening in Washington today? You said it's a real busy day.
Yeah, just a lot of consequential political conversations, things going in the House and just things with Biden, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Very good. I don't see any questions. Anybody? No? Going once?
I guess I have a question, and thinking about like how exactly is Factum Global working with the diaspora, and what are some ways that you're starting to harness that focused energy in towards parts of the world that need it?
Yeah, of course. So this is actually the Festival of the Diaspora. So I will also send a link to this. This is, from what I gathered, really a conference of folks who are connected to the diaspora or the communities of that sort. So for example, I'm from Vietnam, but there would be a Vietnamese diaspora. The festival would be connecting folks like business executives, nonprofit leaders, that sort of thing, to a certain location for us to really just brainstorm and figure out exactly, to your point, how can we provide the resources in the communities to better support folks within diaspora communities across the world and be able to be that central point of guidance, resources, just to be able to navigate, a different world than where they came from. So I will actually send you the links. So there's more information on just to tap into that. But in terms of Factum Global in general, we have a really wide selection of connected partners across the world. And so in terms of, topics about diaspora, that would be related to conversations about DEI, equity, and just inclusive growth. And that's, part of our mission and part of the work that we do. So it informs our services. And we try, to source conversations and topics through our blogs and global insider interviews, that sort of thing that is related to topics connected to the diaspora. So just being able to amplify the voices where we can, and then obviously support companies and executives that are in, countries from around the world, again, to be able to contribute to economic development in their country. Did that answer your question?
Brilliantly. Thank you so much.
Jacob is, I think, going to be the moderator next virtual league of global nonprofits. I saw that you were listed for the December session, so you were brilliant the last time. So thank you for that. And if any of you would like to have this to lead this conversation month to month, please let us know. We're looking for guest facilitators, and we're happy to have you. We kind of do this event several times a month. This is the one on opportunities, and then the League of Extraordinaries, which is a little bit of a different meeting, which is kind of virtual business dating, speed dating for members only. That one is also open to facilitation by one of our members. So please email me, and I'm happy to consider that for sure. And if you say, if it's a member, almost invariably, we would allow you to do that. Let's go now to Dave Plunkett, who is the CEO of Collaboration Junkie. And Dave is extraordinary because how difficult is it to build a collaboration and renewal partners that actually work? It seems like it should be obvious, right? So how many times have you gotten into a collaboration or a referral relationship where it's like, well, this is a no-brainer? And what percentage of them actually work? It's less than 50%. It really doesn't work generally, right? Because it just kind of like, now you move on to something else. But Dave has it figured out, and he helps companies get to a better place through the techniques that he has to be able to develop the relationships to actually build business ongoing. So Dave, thank you for your membership and sponsorship and support. You're extraordinary. And I think there's also a Global Chamber special that you're offering as well. Let us know more about what's going on.
I don't think I need to. You've just done it for me, Doug. Like what you said, apparently, essentially.
what he said.
Yeah, right. Let me, if I can share a screen, if that's okay, just to help, just to keep me on track more than anything else. So, we all love referrals, right? Back on journey through time, before the days of PPC, before the days of email marketing, before the days of even of the written word, you had one thing if you wanted to let other people know about your products and your services, and that was word of mouth. And not much has changed. It's something we know is inherently true, but the stats back it up as well. As you can see there, companies with formalized referral programs experienced 86% more growth. And essentially that's what I help people do. I help people turn word of mouth from something purely organic and left to chance to something that's got proper processes behind it, while still feeling completely natural and authentic to your audience. A little bit about me: I've got a big background in business membership. where I grew an organization to a couple of thousand members almost entirely through referrals and partnerships. And then I was responsible for providing leads to some of the big brands you see here across the globe. And now at Collaboration Junkie, I help brands just like you. So just a quick few slides on what I do and who I do it for. I cover referrals and I cover strategic referral partnerships. And I do that with a mix of coaching, consultancy, training and ongoing support. I'm not an outsourced partnership manager. I'm here to give you the skills and the people I work with the skills and their team the skills to be able to go and do this stuff for themselves. And I also do a bunch of public speaking around the outside of it. So, strategic referral partnerships. These are the relationships that Doug was talking about. These are people that have a vested interest in being able to refer your ideal customers at the ideal time to buy on a consistent basis. You share the same end goal for the client. It's not just about a commission. It's about really trying to do something great together. And I work one-to-one with people's teams. I have online group programs for own and managed businesses, projects and retainer packages, and I do keynotes, panels, and workshops. Everything I do about partnerships centers around my dance framework, 5 steps to awesome partnerships. Discovery is all about who your ideal partners are and what's your partner value proposition. A's for assembly, all the systems and processes that help you build trust and scale. Nurturing is all about how you develop those partner relationships. Connection is how you actually help your partners. Doug mentioned all those partnerships that don't work because you're not giving your partners the support they need. That's what connection is. Engagement, how we go out there and get them. So that's my partnership work. My referral work, this is about getting more referrals from your audience and your clients and your customers. And if you're this particularly maybe in kind of agency model businesses, there's a founder that's reliant on getting all the word of mouth referrals in, and they get really twitchy about this. So I work with people to build a culture of referrals in their team. And that's where the kind of team training comes in, so that everyone who's stakeholder facing feels empowered and supported to be able to build the brand in this way. Who and how I work. English is my only native language, I'm afraid, so it needs to be English speaking. I am a night owl though. So while I'm based over here in the UK, anything from kind of 5 in the morning, which would be a struggle. I'm not a morning person, but I do it for the right people, all the way through till 1 in the morning. It's kind of cool for me to be working with people. So that opens up certainly most places in the US. My specialism is within the B2B, so business to business, or people who have a business to business channel for their consumer-led product. So people that go through distributors. I mentioned agencies. I have a real specialism around agency model businesses. So not necessarily just creatives, anyone where it's been led by that person at the top that's moved through. So even professional services work really well with me because typically they're not great at this stuff, but they have huge scope. In terms of my price points, they start from kind of around the 1,500 sterling mark. So just to give you an idea of where that works. I'm very privileged to have some faces here that you will all recognize, say some really cool things about me. So thank you, Doug and Cesar, who are on this call, and Katie, the president over in London, which is my local chapter. And in terms of being specific, there are 2 ways you can be specific when asking for introductions. One of them is what I already did in terms of I'm looking for agency model businesses that have got a team and want to build those out. The other is to let people know what you're listening for. So first of all, this is how people can introduce me. And I also have a free workshop that people can come and taste what I want to do. But if you're out and about and you're networking and you're having client meetings and you're wondering who's right for me, it's people that are frustrated that their existing partnership channels aren't working as they should. Or it's people that are just looking to build their partner program or looking to recruit someone into a partnership role that might need a bit of support. It could be that their other methods of lead generation aren't working and they want to revert back to referrals, or they're at that point of thinking they need to do something different other than referrals. And often they don't, they just need to do referrals in a more proactive and considered way. Or the final one is, as I mentioned, any business founders where they're nervous about the fact that they're still reliant on them, and they're all wonderful people for me to speak to. And that's me. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Fantastic. What questions?
I love that last slide. That's all, folks. Isn't that from either the Bugs Bunny the rabbit or either get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. That's all, folks.
Yeah, it's from all of them. It's Looney Tunes. So yeah. If it isn't obvious, I like to have a little bit of fun while I work as well. So that slide is just a glimpse into who I am and what I do.
I can tell. I can feel your energy. So I'm really excited about that.
Fantastic. Any questions? Dave, you gave your time. I've not seen that before. That was pretty cool. You are based, how close to London, or are you in London?
No. So I'm on the edge of the West Country, out in the countryside. So although I'm in London tomorrow, it's about an hour on the train for me into London. So
Got it. But you work globally as long as it fits in those hours, and sounds like you've got some flexibility outside that if it's the right opportunity.
Yeah, there's literally about 4 hours. There's about 4 hours in the day where I wouldn't that I would just go no. Anything else, it'd have to be the right client if they're going to get me up at 5 a.m. But for the right client, I do it. So yeah.
Patrizia likes your comment. Patrizia, you being in South Africa, I presume you've had to wrestle with that question about time frame as well.
I do all the time, but my bracket is a bit more than 4 hours. I need at least 6. Otherwise, I can't function. But well done. Sure, it is tough, especially when you're dealing with the US, Singapore, Philippines. It's different time zones, but we adjust, and it's wonderful. I love networking globally, and thank you, Doug, for that, and Cesar.
Well, I think there's 2 people here that I can see. Probably many of you are like this, but I know Jeff Pappas is a 24/7 guy, and I know attorney Demetrius Evans is as well, because she has a family and she's got other responsibilities. But Demetrius, you work all sorts of hours, don't you? Demetrius is our Global Chamber Advisory Board chair as well, to running her own company, the Evans International Law Firm. How are you, Demetrius?
I'm very good. Good morning, everyone. This is like a wonderful day in Chicago. It's like a crisp, just beautiful fall day, and the leaves are just falling off the trees with all the colors. I just want you all to imagine that, because it's good to be alive, and fantastic to be on this Zoom with you all. Really, as far as time, Doug, I think this is maybe something I learned as a marathoner, so nothing business. But when we started to train, they said, first of all, you're cutting out coffee. I knew I was in trouble. And then they said, you have to be at the training at 5 o'clock in the morning, come rain, sleet, or snow, which we have all of those in Chicago, and sometimes really bad. And I thought, this is nuts. Why am I doing that? But what it taught me is that you can turn your clock on and off. So when there's some kind of when there's a meeting that's going to happen at 3 o'clock in the morning, you just adjust. So Doug, I don't know if it means I'm working all the time, and I do try to get my sleep in for sure, because you can't do it without sleep and proper exercise and proper water intake for anybody who didn't drink their water today. But you also have to be able to turn it on and off.
No question. Before we go to the next speaker, I'd like to also get into Mohammed.
I have a question for Demetrius.
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
Do you know how they got the name Marathon?
I know where it started, but I do not know about the name. Please, Jeff, tell me.
So it is actually 26.2 miles from Athens to the city of Marathon in Greece. And that's how they got the mileage. 26.2, I'm sorry. Yeah, 26.2 miles and the name Marathon. So just
that's a little bit great trivia.
Since you're a marathoner, I figured you'd like to know that. Anyways, all right, I'm done.
Love it.
A little bit of history, and as my wife, who's a Greek American, always says, everything started in Greece. Everything, no matter what it is, including Windex. That's inside joke, right? So Mohammed, I wanted to check in with you as well, because when Demetrius was talking about Chicago, you're there in Djibouti and you work so hard and you're so busy and you've got a lot of things going on. Djibouti looks a little bit different than Chicago and the weather's a little bit different. What keeps you going and what's going on with you?
Hi everyone. Thank you, Doug. Djibouti is still hot. 365 days. We have the sun, so it's very sunny. But right now we hosted yesterday a big cruise ship. So Djibouti, we have a very good infrastructure in terms of ports. So right now we work a lot in cruise industry in tourism sector. So we host a very big ship with 250 passengers, Suena Hellenic from ship, and we are very proud because I before 2023 we didn't host this kind of ship. So in this year we hosted two big ship, Silver Sea Cruise and Suena Hellenic. So I think we will get more next year. And
Fantastic.
yes,
Well, thank you for checking in. And Mohammed is our next executive director for Djibouti. And I saw in WhatsApp some conversation between you and Kirk around some activity going on in Djibouti. So we'll keep track of that and watch for some activity more
yes,
globally around what's going on there. Certainly the port is very important, isn't it?
yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's now go to Anton Bashkovich. Anton is with Contract One. They're the future of negotiation and collaboration contracting. It's a tremendous software. You can negotiate on one platform, collaborate on one platform. So it ties into what Dave talked about, and it actually facilitates it. Anton is a global guy. And these days he'll let us know where he is. And I know when you go to their company, it says Newark, Delaware. And if you're from Delaware, you know not to pronounce it Newark. It's Newark, and it just turns out they're consolidated in Newark, but they're a global company and a tremendous product. Anton, could you let us know more? And we'd love to understand where it fits.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen. And there's a little overview of what we're doing here. So I'm the founder and CEO of Contract One. I used to be a proper lawyer. And actually, I have 19 years of legal experience, although sometimes I look 19, but it's just Zoom. I have two kids, by the way.
Could I buy that filter from you? Is it some Zoom filter, by the way?
Yes, sometimes it creates extra difficulties. In fact, looking a little younger than you might want to. But so for the past 10 years, my team and I have been focused on helping legal teams to be more efficient. And we find and implement the best automation tools for lawyers. We make legal documents easy to use and to read and to understand. Also, we streamline legal teams' processes. So I have tons of expertise here and happy to share that. But today I'm going to tell briefly about our main product, which is Contract One, the platform. And so here are the problems we're solving. The contract process is just hugely inefficient. There's endless back and forth, all those emails and all those comments spread across everywhere, and you've got those billions of word versions which you need to figure out what to do with them. So with Contract One, we're fixing those and multiple other problems. So it's a cloud-based secure platform. It's for both internal and external teams, and it's sort of like Google Docs on steroids, built around contract process and for the people who who work with contracts a lot. So you can start with creating an automated document by just simply answering quick questions. You can set up your own in-house templates, or you can just drag and drop your document from an email or your computer. Then you add your internal team, that's the team from your company, and then you can invite actually your clients or other counterparties to the same platform so that everybody would have the same single source of truth. Now, instead of those multiple emails within your team and multiple emails with the counterparty, we have to figure things out yourself. We have really nicely arranged and organized comments. So the gray ones are the internal ones. That's just for your team. Nobody else is going to see them. The blue ones are for the counterparty. But the beauty of it is that you have everything together in the same place. So that gives you so much more context of why you're discussing things. Now, you make edits and changes in the same place, so you don't have to switch between Microsoft Word and Outlook and all other tools, and you have your communication right here in front of you. So we really focused on providing the best negotiation experience to both parties. We have multiple tools for that, but there's the coolest one that our users just love, and it's called the Time Machine, where you can just rewind your conversation, your edits to the very beginning of the document, to the very beginning of the history of the document, and just see step by step how it evolved over time. It's a super cool thing and helps you, especially when negotiations last forever. That gives you, again, the understanding of how you ended up in some particular place. So unlike usual collaboration tools, Contract One is built around the contract process. So that's why parties work in turns, and that helps to really keep things under control. So we cover all of these stages. You can have document automation, you can collaborate internally, discuss it and approve it within your company or your law firm. Then you can negotiate with the counterparty or your client. Then you can DocuSign it straight from Contract One and get back to the platform where you have everything stored nicely in a very structured manner. So we are at the stage where we are looking for users for people willing to take part in that beta testing and customer discovery. So we're looking for in-house lawyers, and these could be general counsels, or these could be group leaders related to contract work. We're looking for law firms, and especially those who work with contracts, probably primarily partners, managers, and consults. Contract managers, people who, again, work with contracts, but like subcontractor managers in construction, or other managers who still have to deal a lot with paperwork, and sales representatives who, again, do contract work for beta testing and customer discovery. And as for the market, we're targeting at the US market at the moment, and we're looking for probably small to mid-size companies, maybe up to 500 to 1,000 employees. So that's somebody we're looking for. So yeah, thank you for your time, and happy to answer your questions.
Great, thank you. What questions do people have, please? And while we're waiting for questions, Dave Plunkett, I'm wondering, given that this kind of relates quite a bit to your area, what reaction do you have based on what you've seen? And do you have any questions?
Well, he answered my question already because mine was going to be about route to market and are you going direct or is it partner led? And clearly, it's yeah, it's partner led because it seems that the opportunity there is huge because it's about that shared end goal, which is delivering a smoother end product. So no, yeah, I'm a fan. I love it. We should maybe chat because I'm sure there's probably some people I can put you in touch with.
Totally.
Yeah, we
Love that.
definitely should get you guys connected for sure, because there's probably going to be some applications there that Dave knows about that would be a good fit. Any other questions, please?
I have a question. Well, no, it's not
Oh.
a question. I would love to be part of the beta testing. Or my farm.
Fantastic. I'd love that. Yeah.
I can't see. I can't see.
Yeah, could you remove the? Oh, yeah. Could you take down the slides?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
There you. We'd like to see
There
you.
you are. Okay. Great. I look forward to it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Let's keep in touch. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you. Demetris has got the law firm in Chicago, and she's the advisory board chair for Global Chamber Chicago. What do we have any other lawyers here? Let's see. I don't see any right away. Normally we have a few, and so other than lawyers, have you found on like, are there other types of professional firms where you see that there's a good fit?
So these could be any kind of managers who work with contracts, and like I said, this could be just like sales representatives, or these could be construction managers as well. So
okay,
yeah,
sounds good. I see Anita Bell and Susan is in the call as well. Do either of you want to say anything in support of Anton and what you're doing? Both of you are doing some great work in Tucson, Arizona. Susan, are you there, or Anita?
I'm here. It's Susan.
Hi,
Anita,
sorry to surprise you.
early in the morning. Anita and I have been working extensively with Anton and his group at the University of Arizona Center for Innovation that's based in Tucson. And Anton and his team have just done a tremendous job in analyzing the needs of anybody in any industry who's using contracts, because we all know how difficult the contracting process can be as you go back and forth in trying to come to agreements in any phase of business. And so it's really a great use of today's tools that bring the world together, really, because everybody can now negotiate and build contracts with anybody else, anyone, anywhere where they happen to be working. So we offer a lot of support to Anton and his team. And I think if you get to talk with him, you'll see how impressive the full product is and how impressive Anton and all the people he works with are as well.
thank you. Kind words.
Hi, this is Anita. I found my unmute button. So yes, from Tucson, Arizona here. We work with a whole bunch of startup companies, local, national, and international. And so Anton is one of our international companies that we've been working with for on and off a couple, probably 4 years now. And I know you asked for additional use cases. One case that we've been exploring and that seems to do well is what Anton mentioned, the construction manager. So it's really think about commercial real estate, developers, those kinds of folks. They do a lot of negotiations in their contracting, and those could be fantastic use cases as well. So if you have any connections there, that would be greatly appreciated to be connected to. And it's great to be here my first time, so I'm loving it already. I'll probably pop in more times now, Doug. Thank you.
Willkommen.
Gerne geschehen.
I see hands up. Anihi, Sanusi from Lagos. Nihi, did you have a question? You also are in a law firm. I missed you earlier.
Yeah, thank you, Doug. I would like to connect with Anton. I think we could take the discussion a bit further. I'd like to know more about it and see how we can go with this. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to share my LinkedIn profile. Be happy to connect. Thank you.
If you're doing business in Africa, you need to talk to Nihi. He's a trusted resource and has connections all over Africa in every country. Dave, you have your hand up. Is that a remnant, or do you have another question?
Yeah, no, just a quick one for Anton in terms of other targets, and it's similar to the lawyer piece that more and more these days, particularly over here, you see kind of template websites where people go to kind of get that for a more do-it-yourself model. I would have thought for those people where they're not as legally competent, shall we say, but they're looking to do that kind of being able to backtrack through conversations, and your whole system would be, I imagine, could be a really good market for you, whether or not they'd want it to white label the product or just have it bolted in. But those people that are already offering like a tech solution, a tech-led solution for legal, I imagine they're talking to a really similar audience to those that you might want to. So just as an extra partner channel that might work for you.
Yeah, actually, that sounds good. Good thing about it.
Beatrice, you have your hand up. Please go ahead.
Anton, I work in Brazil, and I have a client that is a lawyer and work a lot in the international setting. I'm gonna put in contact with you to see some opportunities for this beta testing that you have.
Thank you, Beatrice.
In case Brazil
Thanks so
is
much.
part of your scope.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we were brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anton. Appreciate your time. And let's now move on to Yvonne. Yvonne Huarcaya of RIN. And RIN is a regular here at the League of Opportunities. We like to get a glimpse of some of the projects that they're working on. They're a very unusual organization where they have projects in many countries that are available for typically purchase and so investment opportunities. And so, Yvonne, thank you so much for joining us today. What do you have to share for us?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Yvonne Huarcaya. Thank you, Cesar and Dodge, for the invitation again. Well, in this opportunity, I'm gonna present is an equity investment for mining company in Peru. Well, first, let me talk about our organization. First of all, we facilitate contact between supply and demand of business opportunities. For example, which is buying and selling companies, search and placements of business partner, search and placements of business financing. But we have also added communities like this trading area this year. As you know, you can provide us with your requirements, search for the best opportunities in the future. Also, we are present in more than 20 countries, which include Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, Spain, India. Among basically our presence is all over of America and a little of Europe. Well, to share some general data with you about this project, it's a Canadian mining company with a sales in northern of Peru. The company focuses on the acquisition, exploration, and evaluation of mineral properties. They have a flagship gold and silver project, which is 100% owned by the company and is located in the northern of Peru. Well, in additional data that I can bring today, as you can see in the picture, is a positive cash flow. Also, in 2022, the company's shares annual profit was 6.4 million, and monthly consumption rate of $140 million in Canada and Peru. And also, Cash in bank is 1.4 million. Well, in community engagement, we have the economic development with the construction of more than 12 kilometers of irrigation canal for the agriculture, the main source income for the residents. Also, the sustainable programs based on needs, and the company donate the health post for the medical care of the community residents. Also, the healthy and safe work environment. Well, some advantage of this company is that smart low risk growth on the gold price and exploration upside, with the aggressive exploration brings research and reserve growth, and also the processing plant prepares for the mine expansion and the addition of the milling circuit to increase the gold and silver production. Well, finally, the investment proposal. The total sale of this project is $3 million. Well, and for more information, you can contact to the email, and thank you for everyone.
That sounds good. That's great. Cesar, you've been working with RIN. They're based in Peru. Did you have any comments about your experience with them or anything else you'd like to add to Yvonne's comments?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Doug. We've been working with IRN for this 4 years, 4 or 5 years now, and they're really like a great organization to when you need anything in Latin America. We've been partnering with some events, and we have some of our advisors are part of the network, and so we've been penetrating pretty well in the last couple of years, and they're a really good reference point. I know they have these specific opportunities that are deals they're selling or for import and export, but in general, it is a good organization to tap into if you're looking to do business in Latin America.
Very good. Any questions for Yvonne? And hearing none or seeing none. Thank you, Yvonne, for your presentation today. It was perfect. It was really good. So thank you so much. Let's now move to the east or the west, depending on wherever you are, to India. And Yagya Saini, who is the CEO of World Interior, and what they are able to do is have an online platform to be able to take arts and crafts that are created in India and bring them to the world. And so thank you for giving those artists and those builders of materials an opportunity to sell their products across India and around the world. And Yagya, what would you like to share today? Let us know on the opportunity, please.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I am Nikasani, the founder of worldindia.com. Today, I would like to introduce you to our global B2B model and share with you the vision we have for the future. Basically, worldindia.com is more than just an e-commerce platform. It's a bridge between culture, conduit for artisans, and a treasure trove of acquisites and diverse handicrafts, home decor, and jewelry products. Our mission is to connect the world with the rich heritage of Indian artistry, blending tradition with modernity. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, it's essential for businesses to adapt and innovate. We are doing precisely that with our global B2B model. We offer a range of products from handmade traditional crafts to contemporary designs, catering a wide array of tastes and preferences. Our potential buyers include interior designers, retailers, distributors, and wholesalers who seek to source unique and high quality products. And here are some reasons that why we are apart from the competition. Number one, exquisite product range. Our platform boasts an extensive array of products, including handicrafts, home decor, and jewelry. These products are handpicked to ensure the highest quality, authenticity, and craftsmanship. The number second, the global reach. We connect artisans from various corners of India to the world. The diversity of our product range is a testament to the vibrant cultures of India. So number third, ease of transaction. Our user-friendly platform allows for seamless B2B transactions. Buyers can quickly browse our catalogs. And number four, the quality assurance. We understand the importance of delivering quality. Our stringent quality control ensures that all products meet international standards. Yeah. And at worldinterior.com, we believe in the power of collaboration. We are open to partnering with the distributors, interior designers, retailers, wholesalers, and anyone who shares our vision. Together, we can take Indian artistry to the global stage and offer unique, high-quality products to customers worldwide. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have about 12 minutes left, and so I'm going to ask for questions, and then I'm just going to open up the floor. So if you're a member of Global Chamber, please, if you have something that's new or something you'd like to share, please take that opportunity to do that, and we'll just go around the room and we'll finish up at the top of the hour. So we'll finish within the hour. Does anybody have any questions for Yagya, please? I don't see any hands up yet. Don't be shy.
I don't have any questions, but I would like to go first if I can, Stephanie Austin, unless you have someone else you've already pinged that needs to jump off.
Okay, we'll get you first. Let's give it just another moment, and then we'll get going with yours. And Yuka, I saw your comments as well. It looked like you came and went. Yuka Nakasone is in Barcelona, Spain. You know, any reaction to what you're an e-commerce expert yourself? One of the things that Yuka does is localization and globalization. In addition to being our executive director for Barcelona, she helps, for instance, an example of that are rural Spanish winemakers selling their products in Japan. And so technology and e-commerce allows us to do these things. And that's the type of technology that Yagya has developed. Yuka, any response to what you see there with Yagya? Have you had a chance to take a look at it yet? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, not yet. I really want to do it because Africa is coming into my India is coming into my world a lot, and I'm talking to the Indian directors to do the metro exchange as well. So I'm pretty sure we can do something, and the digital is the way to go because we need to be sustainable, meaning CO2 matters. So yeah, I mean, it's better to do it first digital and then maybe presential and physical, right? So that's my reaction, and thank you very much for mentioning myself. And yeah, sorry about leaving the best part. Sorry about that. Thank you.
The best part is always the part that you're in, so no worries.
Hey, Doug, I see Peter raise a hand.
Yes, Peter.
Yeah.
Did you have something you either wanted to ask or share?
Yes, thank you very much for the chance. I was recently in West Bengal in Calcutta, and there was a company called Sasha, SASHA, and they're specializing in helping communities produce arts and crafts that are adjusted to demand, but also in a way that the whole value chain can be an added, that the whole value chain can function in the process. And I just wanted to mention them because they were exceptionally well connected and had a fantastic business model on how to be a social enterprise that promotes local indie craft.
Okay.
I have the business card here.
Ah, okay. So interesting, as you might expect in Calcutta, for sure. What So could you share the information, maybe the website in the chat area so that Yagya could be connected? And what is your business?
I was a consultant with a Danish NGO visiting to assess the capacity and program planning. But we were, and one of the activities was to help communities to take advantage of their original competence, because they are pushed into doing so many different things, but their real competence to a large extent has also to do with arts and crafts and how they can explore and exploit that capacity for their livelihoods. So that was the objective of the project I was visiting. I'm basically working as a consultant in livelihoods.
Fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's, Ling, did you have something to either ask or share? Ling Chan,
Well, yes,
based
I
in the
just
New
want
York
to,
area.
yes, hi everyone. I just want to share, because my tech teams are in India. We actually are in the process of helping an India food exporter to US, Canada, Hong Kong, South Africa to increase their sales. I'm very excited about that. They're based in Mumbai. It's been in business for 60 years, a family business. So Ledger Funding is a digital marketplace to help small and medium enterprises grow with trade finance. We're not a lender, but we match them with the right lenders. So if anyone on this platform, and if you have referrals or customers that might be interested, finding ways to grow, this could be an alternative solution. I would love to have a chance to chat.
Thank you. Before we go.
Hello, Doug. Sorry, I've been struggling to find the raise hand button.
Oh, Patricia, how are you?
I'm fine. I've been looking for the button. I'm like, oh my God, time is going. So I said, I'll just pop in. Anyway, sorry about that. My name is Patricia Kenneth Divine. I'm so sorry. And I just wanted to say thank you, Doug, for the great work. And it's nice to be here to see lots of people, great ideas and things like that. And from the side in London, I've been supporting the Global Chamber in terms of trade and investment into Africa, as well as working with diplomats and those within the High Commission and embassies in terms of how we reflect on business ethics in doing business in other of African countries. So it's really lovely to be here, and I would like to meet more people. And thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Stephanie Austin, who's our Global Chamber Executive Director in Dallas, Texas. So Stephanie, I know you have a couple events coming up. What else would you like to share?
Well, I would like to share. I invited Royal Care Foundation. They are here on the call. I introduced them to Cliff. They are going to become a member there at Global Chamber Kenya. And so I'm so excited. I wanted also to connect them with Jacob because they're a nonprofit organization. And so you can unmute and say hi, Royal Care Foundation. But what I love about Global Chamber is that when you meet people and you can be able to talk about the things, some of the synergies that's going on is just truly a blessing. And I was like, hey, who's the ED of Global Chamber Kenya? And Doug always has the answer, he sent it to me and I was able to connect them. So they're going to connect, and Cliff is going to take over the handling the membership component, and that's his team. So that's what I want to say. And then also I end up changing my business name. I'm excited about that. So I'll end up getting on your schedule in the future, but it's now Austin Global Solutions versus Austin Project Management Consulting. So that's all I want to share.
Very good. And I know you've done, on my screen, you're right below you is Ani Aloyan, and you guys have done some work together because you both have a healthcare expertise, and Annie has also an expertise in data collection and analysis. And so Annie, thank you for joining today. Anything in your world you'd like to share?
Hi, everyone. Thank you as well. Hi, Doug and Stephanie. Stephanie and I have another event hopefully coming up in November or by the end of this year. I'm the founder of Malphus LLC, a data analytics consulting group based in LA. But our Our focus is for small and medium-sized businesses, primarily in healthcare, insurance, and information technology, but we welcome all industries. And we're here to solve your problems from an analytics standpoint, and feel free to reach out to me and we definitely could discuss more. Thanks to everyone for having me today. Hi, Stephanie, as well.
Hey, hi there, Annie.
Hello.
She's a great partner. Great working with her. She's phenomenal.
Thanks, Stephanie. You are as well. Thank you, Doug.
We just have a couple minutes left. Anybody have anything quick that they'd like to share? Anything left? Bill, I meant to mention you as well, because several of the conversations kind of touched on some of the things that you're involved with as well, especially the collaboration type activity. Bill is the world's expert on the collaboration between management of companies and employees, and writes about it, talks about it, invests in it, and is definitely a tremendous resource regarding that. Thanks for all you do.
Well, yeah, I'd say two things quickly. Doug always embarrasses me when he says that stuff. You know, it's like, are you kidding me? But thank you. I know that comes from a very good place, Doug. And I'm really looking forward to the author thing that's coming up, where I guess I'm going to join two other authors that are Global Chamber authors. And so if anybody's interested in kind of things I'm doing, that might be a particularly good forum.
Okay, that's the third Wednesday of November, and actually in LinkedIn you'll see a post that summarizes this event, but you'll also see a different post that is talking about the one we did this week, which was mind-blowingly amazing. I'm still kind of reverberating, and the video is actually already available. So we'll post the video. We'll have the link to that video and the link to the one that Bill you're talking about in November. It's those conversations are so extraordinary. The last one this week, the 4 authors had 20 books among them, and the lady Anna Rosling Ronland, who's the daughter-in-law of Hans Rosling, Hans Rosling, of Gapminder. If you don't know gapminder.org, it's amazing. Getting facts around the world, and maybe that's the way we'll end today. And I'll just turn it over to Cesar for any comments. The world right now is scary. There's a lot going on that's frightening, and watching the news is terrifying. But one of the things that also is going on is information. There's so much misinformation. There's misinformation even from people that I know that are posting all over like nonsense stuff, because that's what they're hearing and it fits their filter of what they want to say. And it's definitely data, the work that Annie does, the data, real data, and understanding real information is so critically important. And I think those of us in the global tribe have a responsibility of standing up, and when you see something that's wrong, say it. Tell them the truth, give them the facts. And we just can't live in a world with so much misinformation, and technology is unfortunately facilitating that. The good news, though, is technology eventually will save us in many ways. At least that's my belief, the eternal optimist. But in the meantime, there's still a lot of nonsense. Cesar, any final comments?
Thanks, Doug, and thanks, everyone. Just make sure you complete the survey from Factum. I think many of you joined late, so you might have missed Laman's presentation. So it's just 3 minutes, and they deliver a really good report out of it. And thanks for joining us today. If any of you wants to speak, present in one of these calls, let me know. Reach out. I've been making a couple of introductions based of the synergies that I found here in the call. But if I missed any, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to connect with any of the presenters. So that's it.
So Elisa, don't close the room yet. This is the end of the event, but we're just going to leave the room open. Feel free to leave. And then if any of you have any comments or needs that you have, we'll just leave the room open for a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Friday and great weekend, and pray for peace.
Have a wonderful